Alright, what's up everybody? This is Ethan. We're doing Elaw Reacts, and this is our first in the series here. This is actually going to be the third full time I'm watching this one through. Recorded it yesterday afternoon and didn't balance the audio. Didn't know to balance the audio in OBS. Couldn't hear me talking over anything. Second time recorded it this morning and tried to externally line up an additional audio track from it, and did not go well. So I don't know, I spent actually probably just about an hour now figuring this out to make sure I can get this all pulled together. So it's going up later than I intended, but gosh darn it, it's going up. So anyway, the internet's second most tired music teacher. We're gonna take a minute to watch through Fiend by Travis Scott and Playboi Carti, and just a little background here. And I've already done this 2 times, so I'm just gonna quick run. But I've heard some of Travis Scott's stuff, and if this track is off of his album from summer of 2023, then I have already heard it once before I listened to it yesterday. But if it was not off of that album, I had not heard it before. And it didn't stand out in my mind when I listened to it for the first time yesterday. So, and I was on a long road trip when I originally went through that album, so that's probably why it didn't stand out, because I was just going through a bunch of stuff. But I do like some of Travis Scott's stuff. There was a few songs off of that album from summer of 2023 that were pretty solid. But in general, I just haven't listened to a lot of his stuff, so I don't have a full opinion. And then with Playboi Carti, what I find to be challenging for me is with the mumble rap, it's hard for me to really hone in on what they're saying lyrically, because everything's less emphasized on articulating what they are saying, so it's a little more challenging for me to pick it up. One of the things I really realized as I was going through this morning on this song is that he doesn't have a lot of air, diaphragm, breath support going on there, so I imagine when he's in the studio recording this, it's maybe at a soft talk volume at most, so it's easy to let that get blurred there. But anyway, let's go and let's give this a listen.
Just come outside for the night. Take your time, get your life. The career's more at stake when you on your prime. Fuck that paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a peace of mind. I've been focused on the future now.
So, talking about production here, on that low end, the bass has this really like rounded sound to it, and it really punches through, and it's not like a splat, but it's like a real rounded punch. And I really love that sound as it's going through. So whoever ran production on this one just absolutely knocked it out of the park. I dig that one. Then coming through with the with like that synth sitting up a little higher up, the timbre on that is really, as it goes through the song, it's not unsettling, but it doesn't let you kind of like sink in. It kind of keeps you on edge. So it feels like it's trying to keep you aware, or like, oh gosh, really ready for whatever may come through. So let's keep running this here. So I mentioned it the other 2 times I've done this, but like this scene especially, like so hard on my eyes. And then this transition here into the wall of kids, like that's just so much going on for my eyes. I figured it out. So it feels like it's got little jumps in it as it's going through, and it's almost like you're looking at a character selection screen from like a PlayStation 1 game. And the frame refresh is like 10 frames per second. And so you've got like that little jump tracking as it goes through, and my eyes every time going from that car scene to that wall of kids, man, that messes me up. So then here looking at Carti, and he's got his double cup going on there. He's got to remember that that's gonna, you're gonna end up like Wayne there, and that's just no good. Yeah, by this point, it just got really challenging in the last couple bars of that verse. The first part of that verse came through pretty clear. 3rd time listening, of course. But I guess also the 3rd time through, like, kind of vibing with it decent bit more than I was the first time yesterday. So it's not the most accurate first listen, but and visually there's just a lot happening here. Like there's not, but there is. It's a very minimalist music video, but it's also maximalist with their utilization of the entire screen for creating this overall effect. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So, like I said, man, like the mumble rap is not my huge thing, but after this being the 3rd time through it, like, I don't know, I'm starting to vibe with it a little bit more. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's interesting. The video itself, though, ooh, I can't handle that. That makes my eyes die, for lack of anything better. There's a lot of interesting stuff with the production there. So with that synth there, you get these little pitch bends as it goes through, and right before it changes to the next chord there, you get that little bend up, and then it drops down, and then it'll bend up, drop down, and then go back up. So like, yeah, let's back it a little bit more. So we got now let's back it up here real quick. Alright, here we are. You get that little bend, so I think that like little bend that's going on there, what that does is it also contributes to like that kind of timbre, that sound, the general sound of the song, where it kind of leads you into this place where it's like you don't really get to like settle in over the course of it. So it's a really nice effect. I think, for what I get out of this as an overall track. And then the other thing that I really feel like I'm missing out on here is there's got to be a lot of symbolism that's been put into that, and I'm not pulling nearly as much out of it as I should. And some of it, I think, is if I was a little more familiar with Travis Scott, I may have a little bit more there. But also, if I had pulled up the lyrics on Genius and did a read along as going through, might be able to pull some more out, because I don't know how I don't remember this scene from this morning. Not that scene. Like the scene with these three guys, and then the kid on the horse came back 2 or 3 times, and then this car scene, man, this was challenging there. Those kids, and then where's Big Man? He is gotta be somewhere around here. But the big dude with the shotty, let's see, makes an appearance a couple times, and so like, of course. So what's the significance here? Because that's a pretty prominent thing, and there's only one other character in the video that has a firearm like that. So I don't know. It's interesting. In general, the last 2 times I recorded this video, said I probably wasn't gonna check it out again, but after this time, it definitely passed the headphone test. So I gotta go car test it, see how it sounds from there, and may put it into rotation. So it was interesting. If you like this video, I'm going to try and be better about it as we go into future ones. Definitely leave a comment on any other song or songs you want to watch me react to, and hopefully it'll be an honest first time reaction now that I know what I'm doing. Anyway, Ela out.